Voyager One probe, the most distant human-made object in the universe, is sending usable information to Earth again, after months of spouting gibberish.
We still can't find the source of the mysterious signal we've been receiving since 2018. We receive it every 22 minutes, and nothing can explain this. Some scientists even believe it could be coming from another civilization we haven't met yet.
Voyager 1 just sent back a message decoded by the brand new Majorana One Quantum Chip, and the result is more shocking than anyone ever imagined. After drifting through space for almost 50 years, something strange started changing Voyager's signals. Scientists tried everything normal to fix it, but nothing worked until they used this special chip. Let us tune in closer, because hidden deep in the numbers is something even scarier. Proof that Voyager is not alone out there. Did Voyager 1 just speak back? The scrambled signals didn't stop. In fact, they got more regular and way more confusing. After trying all the usual tricks, the team turned to a completely new kind of chip. Not the kind found in phones or laptops. This one was different. It looks at data in a way that normal computers just can't. When they ran Voyager's messy signal through this chip, something changed. It started responding, as if it had been waiting for someone to finally understand. What first looked like noise turned into shapes. Not just any shapes. These were repeating patterns, spirals, lines, grids, all made out of numbers. Not chance, not error. It looked like a code, a design, something that had purpose. Inside the signal, the chip pulled out long chains of numbers, prime numbers, sequences that match math rules, ratios that stay the same no matter what you multiply, stuff that Voyager 1 was never told to send. Some of the numbers were very close to physical constants known to science, but not exact. They were a little different, not by mistake. They followed a pattern of their own. Voyager 1 isn't smart enough to make signals like this. It doesn't have the power. It can send simple readings back to Earth like temperature and position, but it doesn't know how to build spiral-shaped messages out of math. And yet those were in the transmission. Some parts of the message looked familiar, like they were taken straight from that gold disc bolted to the side of Voyager, the one filled with sounds, pictures, math, and music. But these weren't exact copies. They were remixed, rearranged, like someone or something had received the disc, read it, and sent a reply in its own way. At first, people thought it was a computer error, but the odds of the same patterns showing up in random noise are too small to ignore. 1 in a number so large it's hard to say out loud. Less than 1 in 10 followed by 87 zeros. It did not happen by chance. The big question now is, where is the message really coming from? The signal still looks like it's coming from Voyager. Same strength, same rhythm. But the contents are new, fresh. Nothing like what came before. One idea is that something in space is taking Voyager's signal and adding to it, like a rider hopping onto a moving car, sending their own message back to Earth. Another idea is that the message was hidden in Voyager all along, a kind of secret program no one knew about, something that only turns on after crossing into deep space. After Voyager passed the border where the sun's power fades, the message began. That timing seems too perfect to be random. There is one more theory. Some scientists think Voyager may have run into something out there. Not a rock or dust, but a system, a machine, something with a brain. And it figured out how to use Voyager to talk, not by building its own signal, but by bending ours. There are arguments. Some people don't trust the new chip. They say it could be making mistakes, seeing patterns where none exist. But others point out the chip did not create the message. It only found what was already there. The data came from space. The chip just helped reveal it. To double-check, labs in different countries are looking at the same signal. They're using other computers, other ways to test, even trying backup methods to reach Voyager, making sure the message is not some echo or mix-up. These checks are still running, but the message stays the same. The spiral patterns are still there. The numbers still follow the same rules. Every new signal carries the same bones. Only small pieces change. That suggests something is learning. Adjusting, not guessing. It remembers what it sent before, and it keeps building. People are starting to wonder what else we missed. If this message was buried in the signal for months or maybe years, what about older missions? What about Galileo, Cassini, and Pioneer? Scientists have started to run that old data through this same chip, looking again, with new eyes. This whole thing started right after Voyager One had a glitch. A real one. It stopped sending good data. NASA fixed it, but right after the fix, the signal changed. The new message showed up. That's too much of a match to ignore. The space agency hasn't said much about what this means. They released one short message calling it a complex signal that needs more study. But other groups are acting fast. In Europe, teams are putting more resources into deep space listening. In China, big dishes are now pointed at the stars, tracking the same transmission. Even Russia has asked for a group response. Inside the science world, there's a split. Some people want to wait. Test again. Be sure. Others say the math is already clear, that this is not a mistake. The patterns break every rule of random chance. If it walks like a message and acts like a message, then maybe it is a message. There are still big worries. The chip is very new. No one knows if it might build false patterns by accident. Its way of thinking is not like the old machines. It looks at all parts of the data at once. That can be helpful. But it also might hide traps. To deal with this, scientists set up a long checklist. 17 steps. Step by step, they're going through it all. From the way Voyager sends its signal to how it bounces through space. They built a full copy of the spacecraft system inside a computer. A digital twin. It helps them rule out errors. They check the timing, the strength, the signal shape. Nothing matches a known glitch, and the patterns don't line up with anything a broken machine would make. The patterns are too clean, too ordered. Even more strange, the message has parts that mirror the shapes of known physics constants. But they are not exact. They are close, but slightly different. And those changes form a pattern too. Like they are saying, here is your math, and here is ours. All of this came from a machine built in the year 1977. A probe smaller than a car, powered by heat from slow-decaying metal. And now that same machine may be carrying the most detailed, strange, and planned signal we've ever seen, a signal full of spirals, ratios, and changes that follow no natural rule. The real question now is who or what knows we're listening? Life, but not as we know it. Finding aliens with brains? That would be the biggest thing humans have ever done. Imagine for a second some smart life out there in the dark, way ahead of us. Maybe 1,000,000 years more advanced. Maybe they have technology we could not even draw in a comic book. Sitting out there, quiet, watching, waiting. Even just finding tiny life like germs would already be huge. Because that would mean life did not just happen once. It could happen anywhere with the right setup. Some scientists working on a space mission to a moon called Europa have said something spooky. If there is really a big ocean under the ice there and still no life, then maybe life starting up is rarer than we hoped. Now, when people think of aliens, they are not talking about bacteria. They mean life with brains, something that can think, something that could build, something that could talk. That is a whole different level. Imagine we do find tiny life on Mars or Europa. Then the next question is, how often does that stuff grow into something smart? Something that builds cities, something like us. The only clue we have is Earth. Here, life showed up pretty fast. Once the planet cooled off, life got going. But to go from tiny blobs to thinking people? That took almost 4 billion years. That is about 1/3 of how old the whole universe is. If that is normal, then maybe smart life is not common. It takes time, and many stars do not last that long. Some burn out fast. You need a star that sticks around. You also need a good planet. Around the most common stars, planets might be too close or stuck in a bad position, like how the moon always shows one face to us. Biologists say a lot had to go right for us to get here. Many steps, many changes. And not all planets would be that lucky. No one can say for sure, but it helps to think about all the things that had to line up. Still, scientists are not giving up. There are people using giant space telescopes to look for signs. Maybe they will see strange chemicals in the air of some faraway planet, like a lot of oxygen. That could mean something is breathing or doing photosynthesis. You could spot life there before finding it on Mars. There are even ideas about giant space buildings, huge objects that only super smart aliens could build. If one of those showed up, we would notice. But nothing has popped up yet. Still, people are watching. Now try this idea. What if the aliens are already machines? Maybe they used to be like us, but after millions of years, they gave up their bodies. They moved their minds into machines. No hunger, no pain, no getting old. They could float through space forever. Think about Mars. We already have machines there, not people. It is easier to send robots. Space is not made for human bodies. It is too dangerous, too cold, too much radiation. Machines do not care. Maybe aliens figured that out long ago and became machines themselves. If humans ever become machine minds, maybe we will be the ones floating through space. But that brings up a big question. If smart life can go digital and live forever, why have we not seen any of them? The galaxy is huge. It has billions of stars. Each star likely has planets. Many of those could be like Earth, but we still have not seen or heard anything. Maybe the aliens are out there, but they are too far. Or maybe they lived a long time ago and are now gone. Or maybe they are so strange we would not even know what we were looking at. The laws of nature do not stop you from flying to another galaxy. It is just super hard. If a ship went almost the speed of light, the space between galaxies would shrink for the person inside the ship. That is just how space and time work at high speeds. But getting to that speed would take insane amounts of energy. We cannot do it now. Right now, most of the searching happens close to home. Mars is the top spot. We know a lot about it. Scientists are pretty sure that around 4 billion years ago, Mars had rivers and lakes. That was the same time life began here on Earth. There is a robot on Mars now. It is digging and saving samples. One day, those might come back to Earth, maybe even in the next 10 years. If they show signs of life, that would be a big deal. Then there is Europa, one of Jupiter's moons. It has an ocean under thick ice, salt water. It has heat and chemicals that could help life start. 2 big missions are on their way there now. They are not looking for life yet, but they are checking if the place is ready for life. Many moons in our solar system might have oceans under ice. Scientists are focusing on those. They are looking for water. The ingredients for life, like amino acids, are found everywhere. Some experts say life is just complex chemistry, and when the setup is right, that chemistry happens. We still do not know how the first living molecules got started. Maybe it was DNA, maybe RNA. The key thing is they had a pattern that could copy itself. That is what life is, a pattern that stays alive. Some people think aliens have already come here. There are reports of flying things no one can explain, but without proof, it is just stories. No pictures, no clear data. Also, people say governments are hiding stuff. But secrets do not last. The more people who know something, the faster it leaks. If there were real alien crafts or bodies, someone would have spilled the beans by now. And let us not forget the alien drawings. They always look like humans with big heads and long arms. Why? Maybe it is just what we expect. Or maybe it is just easier to draw or film that way. But real alien life might not look like us at all. It might not have eyes or legs. It might not walk or talk. It could be a cloud, a blob, a light, or even something that just sends signals. That is why this search is so strange. We might already be seeing something and not even know it. We expect aliens to look like us, but maybe they are nothing like us. Maybe they are out there right now in some form we cannot imagine. We may be searching the stars, but someone else is building right above our heads. The future of orbiting labs. China built a space station that doesn't look like anything from the past. It is not full of wires or squeezed tubes. It looks neat, modern, and bright. Everything inside seems planned out, not thrown together. Back in the early days, space stations were small and tight. The first one went up in 1971. It was one short tube. Just 2 years later, the United States made one a bit larger. Still, nothing looked clean or roomy. It stayed like that for decades. In 1986, a station was launched that had 7 parts. It was the first time anyone tried building a space station that could grow. That station took 10 years to finish. After that, the next big space lab copied that same style, cramped, packed, and full of wires. It stayed that way for more than 30 years. Then China showed up with something different. Their space station is made of 3 big parts and shaped like the letter T. Each part is about 20 tons. The full width is 55 meters. The length is almost 60 meters. That is huge compared to older stations. Inside, everything looks clean. White panels hide the tech. There are no wires hanging in every direction. Systems connect through signals instead of cables. That means more room to move and less mess. The first part of the station launched in April of 2021. It's called Harmony of the Heavens. This section holds the power systems, life support, a space toilet, and sleep rooms for 3 astronauts. It also has a 10-meter robot arm used to move things around. In July of 2022, the second piece arrived. It is called Heavenly Quest. This part added room for 3 more astronauts, plus new science tools. It comes with 2 solar wings that stretch 55 meters across. These solar panels collect sunlight and make around 7 kilowatts of power. The second part also has an extra robot arm. It is shorter, 5 meters, but it can crawl around the outside of the station. It grabs onto special points, lets go, and moves again like a robot caterpillar. It can even link with the longer arm to form a 15-meter helper. In October of 2022, the last piece arrived. It's called Heavenly Dream. It is another science lab, but without sleep rooms. This gives it more space for tools and research. It also has its own airlock and solar wings. There are plans for a space telescope that will fly nearby. It will not be part of the station, but can dock with it when repairs are needed. That's something other space telescopes cannot do easily. China may add 3 more parts in the next 4 years. That would double the size of the station. The whole build took just a few years. Everything works together. It is a space station built from scratch in a new way, fast and full of smart ideas. Is China quietly winning the new space race? Hit that like button, leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.